here on a Monday evening to discuss week 2 of the NFL season. Caden, I know it was a rough Sunday for you. How are you doing outside of the Bengals and Joe Burrow's injury?
I'm good. Um, I actually have some optimism about this whole situation. Um, it sucks losing Burrow for sure. Um, the optimism though is that he might be able to come back in December or late November. Um, so I think like these next 4 weeks, I think will tell us how the season will go. Um, if we can go 2-2, which I think is totally possible, I think we can kind of stay in the hunt because this 4 game stretch is kind of our bigger gauntlet. Um, and Jake Browning he'll be serviceable. He knows what to do. He knows the offense. I mean, we have some really good weapons. So these 2 games coming up, I think, playing Minnesota without JJ McCarthy, um, and then the Broncos haven't looked good. So I think those are 2 winnable games, even with Jake Browning. And I think they can get it done. I mean, this year we're 2-0 in games that we probably would have went 0-2 in last year. Getting some luck, getting some good play. So I'm optimistic. I think we can piece some things together.
I don't.
And build.
I'm just kidding. We'll see how it goes. It's obviously a big loss with Joe Burrow going out. Um, I think one of the best quarterbacks in the league, one of your guys' best players at the most important position in the NFL and quarterback. And I'm just nervous about this team without him. Browning is a guy he's not like one of those backups like Skylar Thompson who can't really do anything. He can still move the ball. He might take some risks that are a little over the top sometimes thrown downfield. But you know what? I respect that more than a guy who's just going to throw for 150 yards and just be extremely conservative.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just
we'll
think
see.
we saw this in 2023. He went 4-3 as a starter, and I think we could see something similar to that. I think he'll keep us around. Like let's say Burrow's out till week 15. I think that's what 13 games.
Mhm.
Without looking at the opponents, I think that can be 6-5, 5-6. Hopefully, you just stay alive, make the right plays, and let the guys around you do your work. Um, we'll see how it goes. Game planning definitely gets a lot easier when you're playing against them, but hopefully, we have the guys and the coaching to get around that.
Yeah, it's it's gonna be an interesting time. I'd feel a lot better about this team being able to manage and make the playoffs and have Burrow come back if the defense was a bit better. But I mean, if we do
They've
want to
been
be
fine.
optimistic, say they go 500 or so and are able to make the playoffs, and they get Burrow back, week 16 and 17, then you never know. Um,
I
but
think
it's definitely
the
pretty
defenses look
devastating
fine.
losing him.
If the defense looks how it's been looking, I'm okay with that. We've got four turnovers on the year. Just playing really good against the run. The game against Jacksonville, Jake Browning did not help with the interceptions he threw, but this defense reminds me a lot of what I saw um, back in like 2021, even 2023, and last year toward the last few games. It's they might not look great all game, but when they have to step up and make a play, they're capable of doing so. We saw it on 4th and 5 with
Yeah.
Jacksonville looking to put the game away. We saw it on that last drive, Trey Henderson with a sack to close out the game. Um, like I think this defense can hold up enough to give Jake Browning a chance, and that's all I can really ask for. Um, and I think another thing like you talk about is maybe Joe's ready for the playoffs. I think as a Bengals fan, what I want to see is outside of the product on the field if we can get like some positive updates, a month in, a month and a half in, like if he's progressing well or not. And then also I will be excited for this team if we're winning games, but like if we go 0-3 in the next 3 games, I'm just going to be full tank mode. Last thing I want to do is go 9-8, miss the playoffs, pick 20th, and then miss out. This draft class coming up isn't very deep, isn't very talented. So I want us to do anything we can to get Caleb Downs. And I would say like my only worry is the whole Trey Hendrickson situation it's going to come up again next year, most likely. We'll see what happens with that. But
I have a half-baked theory that is definitely not going to happen, and I don't know if it should happen. But what if you just went ahead and said, hey, we lost 4, you lose your next 4 out of 5 games or something. It's just not looking very good. Not looking very bright. You guys just blow up the team. Blow up the team, and you know what you keep?
I don't do that.
You keep Joe Burrow, and you get picks, and you move everyone. You move Jamar. You move T. You move everyone on this team. You move Trey, and you go ahead and rebuild this team and get the offensive and defensive line as good as possible. You build in the trenches. You go ahead and hopefully hit on a receiver or two. But I think it could be a potential thing that might help just build from the ground up rather than from the skill to the flashy guys and the outside. Now, I don't necessarily totally agree with that, but
the front office is stupid. We don't draft people well. We lucked into Joe Burrow and we lucked into Jamar Chase. Like, it's not like we made great moves. Like, the guys that we've drafted, other than T, Jamar, and Joe, are not good.
Yeah, I would agree. It's
also too, like, that rebuild's probably going to take 4 years. So Joe Burrow contract up again, and I don't like blowing it up because our offensive line. The problem isn't the talent. I don't think. I think it's a game plan situation because we have turned over this line a couple times. We brought in some really good talent, and it just hasn't worked. So I think that's part of the problem. And I don't think you just blow it. I think you can kind of blow it up. I don't think you're going to get anything for Trey because he's just on a 1-year deal that expires at the end of this season. So I don't think you're going to be able to trade him for much unless someone's willing to extend him right away. I think you can keep Jamar and T. They're fine. I'd like to keep them on the team. Maybe move one of them, but I'd rather keep them both. I'd say maybe focus less on what we got at tight end. Would be my only thing on offensive side of the ball would be maybe don't go for some skill tight ends. Just go for some big blockers.
Yeah, I think you guys are 2-0, but I just feel, man, don't feel so good about this team right now because Joe's out. It's just like, it's very bleak. It's happened multiple times now with him having pretty serious time missed in the league. And I don't know. It's just upsetting. And the Bengals don't have a damn golf cart they can take them out on, bro. Like, what the heck is that?
Are you
the only team?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a golf cart.
Yeah.
I don't know where you got that information that we don't have one.
No, you guys. It's the whatever vehicle they cart guys out on.
Yeah, we have one.
No, there was a report that the Bengals don't have one.
Yeah, from who? Taylor Lewan, the rapist?
Damn.
Yeah, no, we have a cart. We've used it several times.
Let's look this up. We can cut this out if we need to.
Damn, you got, bro. Trust me, we've seen it. Mike Brown drives around on it to practice.
Yeah, that's funny.
Come on. This bum that we got from the Patriots that couldn't last 2 seconds.
Hey, I told you that right away, brother.
Yeah, and I believed you.
Huh. That's interesting.
Good research.
Screw off.
Saw one tweet.
Hey, man. That was real. Anyways, bleak situation for the Bengals right now, but we'll go ahead and move on here to another game in the New England Patriots getting the dub, baby, in Miami. Love to see it. I fell asleep for the fourth quarter. I'm not going to even lie to you.
How did you
But
feel about that game? We're talking about vibes here.
I
There's no
feel
way you
good.
feel good after that.
I feel really, real good.
Real? Oh
It's a,
God. Okay.
it's a team that's not very good in Miami, I would say, but just our
They're not
history
really
of
good.
playing in Miami, and we needed a win. I mean,
Yeah.
starting 0-2 would be pretty bad, obviously, but just our history in Miami, I think it would just be a travesty, especially coming home to play a pretty tough Pittsburgh team. I just feel a lot better. I think Drake looked great. Defense was a little shaky still, but there was obviously a big return by the Dolphins and the Patriots. So more so even like special teams were maybe a little more shaky on the defensive end for us. But overall, I feel good about the win for sure.
Interesting. Made a struggling Dolphins team look like they had their stuff together for a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the real G, the guy who the Patriots actually broke, and he's being fixed and right in front of our eyes. Mac Jones
All right.
with the 49ers had a hell of a game. New
Oh,
England is the problem. Bill Belichick is the problem. Tom Brady was not the problem.
Let's I mean, obviously Tom Brady wasn't the problem, but let's watch what the 49ers do next week. Let's see how
I mean,
Mac
I've already
does.
watched and saw what North Carolina's been doing.
Damn. Hey man. 2-1, baby. Let's go. Go Tar Heels.
Yeah, that's what I love about the NFL is it's not there's no AP poll, there's no selection committee. It's just 2-0. 2-0.
Oh yeah, dude.
All that
I
matters.
mean, I have my takes on college football and how they should transition to more of that style, but anyways, yeah, we'll see what Mac does. Mac looked great his first game. Really really solid. Like you said, statistically looked great. The eye tests looked really really good. You got the 49ers, their second one of the season. But, it's McCorkle. It's not going to last too long. Just remember that. Um, just remember that. Yeah, I don't have too many good things to say about Mac Jones. He caused me a lot of pain for every year except for his rookie year here. So,
Yeah.
But, yeah, big one for them. Go ahead and, hit on the Packers real quick. Thursday Night Football. Packers look great. Might have the best defense of the league 2 weeks into the season. Yeah, man, that team's looking dangerous.
Especially like if you look at it retroactively, which is kind of like what I like to do here, is we saw what they did to the Lions, and it was one of those where like maybe it's just the Lions aren't that good, and then we saw what the Lions did this week, and it makes me even more scared of the Packers. Like they're real, and like offensively, they they don't really have a weakness. They can run the ball, they can pass the ball, good play action game. If Jordan Love just stays healthy and makes good decisions, this team should win that division without contest.
We'll see though, because it is still early. I do really like Detroit still. I know they got blown out by the Packers week 1, but I feel like it's one of those things. And the next topic I do want to hit on is the Chiefs being 0-2, which is not a good situation. But I still think they're going to go like 11-6 and
I'm gonna go 10-7.
make playoffs.
I think once they get Rashee Rice back here in a few weeks, and then once Xavier Worthy is healthy enough to suit up, I think the offense looks really different. the defense has been pretty good, or I guess I'd say decent. But like you said, we're only 2 weeks into the season. I don't think it's time to give up on him yet. Travis has looked not great this year,
No, he looked real bad against Philly.
and I don't
Sunday
think,
afternoon.
but I don't think that that's going to be that big of a problem. I think Patrick Mahomes is he's so good that I think once he gets his actual skill guys back, especially Rashee Rice, like he's very good wide receiver. I think once they get him back, I think things start to pick up a little bit, and then they start winning some games, and then we'll be 6 weeks from now, be like, okay, they're 4-2. How'd they get here?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. 11-6 might be low. I'm gonna really zag the other way from a lot of pundits on TV. I'm like, are the Chiefs gonna make playoffs? I think they're gonna go. Honestly, I'll go with like 12-5 and still win the division. I don't even care. And I think there's just
Right
too
now,
much.
they have 2 losses right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that they'll be good enough by week 4 to beat the Ravens. And I think week 6, I believe, they play the Lions. And I think that's going to be the game that they kind of come out and show everybody who they are again. And then from there,
Yeah.
I mean, the Bills look really good, but that's a winnable game for them. So we'll see down the stretch. They don't have too difficult of a schedule, honestly. After that Lions game, they kind of have a front-loaded schedule.
Yeah, I'm expecting pretty high things from them for the rest of the season, even though the receivers are looking really shaky. Rice is going to come back. Worthy's going to eventually come back. Yeah, I just think they're going to figure it out like they always do. But on to another team who I'm a bit worried about in terms of figuring it out is the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, they're just not good. They're really bad.
They're
Jaguars,
really bad.
really bad. I shouldn't say that. Jaguars have a little more potential, but just
The
like
Jaguars are
just very shaky.
I feel like they're good. I feel like they're a good team. It's just I don't even know, man. Like watching that game, being there, by the way, super sunburnt and super hot. That game was.
Yeah.
Did not apply any sunscreen, and my body is yelling at me for it. But like, they are good until like 1 or 2 plays here and there. Brian Thomas Jr. is a problem. I don't know what's going on there, but he needs to figure it out and figure it out quick because he's not playing like who we think he is.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team, so I want him to improve a bit. But yeah,
Tell
he
him
just
to
hasn't.
learn to take a hit. He's so scared.
Yeah, he hasn't quite looked the same. Just like you said, not taking hits. Not quite as explosive as last year, seemingly just by the eye test. And I don't know if that's just. I guess I don't really know because it seems like year 2 he should have a bit of a leap, or at least be a guy who's 90% of what he was in his rookie year, and he's been very very shaky early on. But anyways, another team, the Jets, look pretty shaky. Bills look great. Yeah, overall, another good week at the NFL. Real quick, I want to hit on some guys who I would go ahead and buy high on versus sell in fantasy football. I would, if I were you, right now, I would go ahead and buy TreVeyon Henderson, baby. He's going to be as low as he's going to be this season.
Mike Vrabel needs to learn how to freaking coach, brother. He's your best running back. Give him the damn ball.
Well, yeah, I know. This is just kind of like a universal NFL thing, though. That even if you have this rookie who's really young, although Ramondre looked really good this week, they're just going to give the vet more looks, at least early on. It's kind of how it is, but I think TreVeyon will get more work as the season goes on. And yeah, I would go ahead and try to trade for him. I think you get him at a really good price right now.
God,
Yeah,
who would
but
I buy right now? I don't even know, dude.
a guy who I would sell personally, right now, and this is someone who's probably as this is a bold take, but I'm going to sell Puka Nakua. He's going to have some of the highest value in fantasy football right now. Had a great week too. Though I'm very nervous he's going to get hurt eventually. I don't know how long it's going to last in terms of his output with just how much wear and tear is getting put on Puka, and his value's high. It's like the stock market. This is the perfect time to sell Puka. 2 weeks in, he's looked like arguably the best receiver in the league. I would go ahead and sell him right now.
Yeah, I mean, I have Devonte Adams in one of my leagues, and he's been a guy that I really like on my team. Struggled week 1, but week 2, it's one of those where him and Nakua are probably going to split targets, and I agree with you. I was kind of saying that at the beginning of the season when we had our little podcast before. That like he's a guy that I'm kind of staying away from due to not due to the fact that I think he's going to do poorly, but just where he's being drafted at, I think isn't sustainable with how that offense is run. So I would also sell him high.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Devontae as well, especially if Puka does go down eventually. But another guy that I really like, I'm going to try to get through it here because my allergies are flaring up again. I feel I'm not doing well. But another guy who I really, really like in terms of buying is that boy. Is that boy out there in. I'm going to cut this out. I'm just doing this from scratch.
I'm happy that some of these guys that I was like really high on before are like doing really well. Like Emeka Egbuka, like I'm pumped that I mentioned him.
Yeah.
Ted McMillan, I mean he's not putting up like crazy numbers, but he's become like a very solid wide receiver in fantasy.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's definitely a good pick. I'm playing against him right now, which is unfortunate.
My auto draft pick of the year, Javonte Williams, has been fantastic for me.
I've been on my bench right now. I'm going to have to start him next week. It's been looking great.
Yeah, that game was brutal, man. I was watching that on the way out of the Bengals game. So I'll go to overtime, and then Russell Wilson played one of his best games in his career, and just threw it all away in overtime. Literally.
Yeah. No, yeah, man. It's been good. Those are a couple guys. I'm legit like dying. I gotta like wrap it up here.
You're good, man.
I'm not doing well. But yeah, I'm really excited for next week. We'll see how some of the backups do in the league. Carson Wentz, Jake Browning. God, I don't even know who backs up in Washington. We'll see.
Marcus Mariota.
Hey, Marcus Mariota. I like it. But yeah, we'll see how those guys do. Maybe I'll come out with a little backup quarterback rankings because that's always a little fun list to make. But yeah, anyways, I don't have anything else to get to. Really excited to see how the Chiefs bounce back or don't. We'll see if the Chargers win tonight. If the Chargers go 2-0 to start the year, that's pretty big for them. But yeah.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the AFC South?
No one.
They all look terrible. I think the only bright spot right now, 2 bright spots. I think Cam Ward is playing very well.
Mm-hmm.
And Travis Hunter's performance yesterday was very impressive. Their cornerback 2 went down, and he played almost all the defensive snaps after that, and was still playing offensively, and it was super hot.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking very good. I think some receiving work needs to come his way, and I think the lack of confidence in Brian Thomas Jr. is going to bode well for Travis Hunter.
I think a thing with the AFC South is my pick is the Texans.
8-9.
The obvious pick 2 weeks in has got to be the Colts. They looked really great. I know they got lucky and were able to re-kick that field goal, but Daniel Jones is looking like a top 10 quarterback in the league right now. And I know it's 2 weeks in, but Daniel Jones on a contract year is incredible. Yeah, he has been. It was.
It's only 2 weeks into the year, but he did just tear up what was thought to be the best defense in the NFL in the preseason. I think maybe the Broncos defense was a little overhyped now after 2 weeks in, seeing what they've done. But Daniel Jones looked really good against a very good defense.
Yeah, and I think the Colts are going to slow down a bit. You still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to slow down a bit as the season. They're just at a spot where they look way too good. They haven't punted the football yet.
The 2024 New Orleans Saints. This looks a lot like them.
Oh yeah, a ton. But yeah, we'll see how the rest of the season goes. Thank you everyone for listening. Do you have anything else, Caden?
Nope.
Bye bye.